Your media, where you are. The show goes on with Noni, brings the business of the arts to center stage. There are so many demands on you. Demands at home, in the boardroom, and in the bedroom. You have to be jack of all trades, wearing a different hat when the moment arises. You're on all the time, always on the clock, always catching up. Take care of you. Introducing Your Media, your podcast network that meets you where you are, when you need it, at your time, in your space, when you feel like it. You come first. Your Media, where you are.
Noni, hello.
Hello.
We come
back.
It's been such a hectic week, man.
Hi, Batung.
Flames upon flames upon flames. But we rise.
The show goes on.
The show goes on, right?
Yes.
As always. As you can hear in the background, I've got my girl with me. But before we go there, before I switch the screen so you can see her and hear her some more. Hi, you're tuned into The Show Goes On with Noni, Konto, Spear of the Nation. But then if you want to know me on social media, Noni Spear. And if you don't know what the spear is from, what do you mean? I just said it. I get asked that question a lot. Why Noni Spear? Konto, guys.
Aibo, that's what
It's
means.
A spear. You know what I mean? Nazo. Yes. Finish and claw. That's it. It's simple. Thanks for tuning in. And I hope you have a great 45 minutes, an hour, 2 hours. I'm joking. We're not going to take it that far.
Yeah.
But we might just always go over time as we do. But as for now, please say hi to the peeps, my friend.
I just felt the love. Hello. My name is Palisa Robin. Welcome to The Show Goes On with Noni. It is nice to be here. Thank you for tuning in to Your Media. The Show Goes On. We are so excited. We have our superhero here.
Yay! A friend, a brother, everything. You incest, you call it whatever.
A shoulder. Yo,
a pillar.
He's everything.
He's everything.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
He's everything.
And
This
more.
guy and more.
Mm.
I flipped the screen so that people can see who we are talking about.
All right.
Yes. Today in studio we've got Musa Nete. Yeah.
Is that me?
That's you.
Oh my goodness.
Good voice.
Batung,
You hear that velvet?
Batung.
Mm.
Chocolate.
I actually have him saying there's chocolate mousse on my
I can go blame on one.
on one.
Wow.
Dripping of all.
Like,
Yo.
what a beautiful chocolate man.
I don't even know what's going on. I am just a victim of this moment. Hi, Noni. Hi,
Musa.
Palesa. Oh my goodness. It's good to be here.
Right?
It's good to see you. I'm doing very well.
Yeah,
I'm doing
it's
very
good
well.
to see you too. It's been a while.
It's been quite a while. The last time I saw you, you were slightly larger.
Yeah.
You had a human
I
inside
had a
you.
whole human inside me.
Is that what it was? Okay,
Yeah.
no, that's good. Because I was a bit worried.
You see
And I was
what
like,
we go
how
through.
do you- I was like, what do you say in this moment? So I'm just happy that it really was a baby. You know.
No, it really was a baby. it really was. But we will not show her now. She must just grow and be strong. And
No,
then we
please let her
will-
grow, yeah.
Yeah, then we will do the things. We will do
Yeah.
the things. Oh my goodness, Musa! I'm so glad you're here.
Happy to be
What
here
is that?
too.
Yeah, I'm in the presence of a superhero. I call him my superhero.
Wow, I did
Yo.
not know that.
Yeah.
Now I'm
With
hearing this
great
for the first time.
responsibility lies.
Yeah.
With great power comes great
There we go.
responsibility.
You see, this is why I have friends that are intelligent because I mix up everything. Give a brown dash, go keep dash brown. I don't know.
Oh
like-
wow.
It's okay.
Or like, what do they say? Bitch resting face. which way?
Resting bitch
Resting
face.
There we go. I always get it wrong. So now I say with great responsibility comes nothing, Noni.
Yeah,
That's how it ends.
pretty much.
Anyway, we are here and we're talking to Musa Nete on his journey to finding his place in the entertainment industry. But before we flow with that, we just want to ask Musa to say hi to the people and also to just let us know a bit about your background, where you're from, how you grew up, how you came to being in this space.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a whole story. So you have 3 hours, right?
Yo.
Well, looking the way you do, I'm sure the viewers would just also have 3
I mean,
hours.
just stick with me. So my name is Musa Nete Farai Sakupwanya.
I love it when he says his name because I'm like, yo.
I've never heard the full name.
Oh, right. Musa Nete Farai Sakupwanya.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
So which one is the surname?
Sakupwanya.
So Nete is your second name?
No, Musa Nete is one name.
Oh, Sheila.
Wait,
I'm going to start again.
I thought we were friends, Noni. Like, what is this?
Let's delete this. Let's erase this. I'm so embarrassed.
No, it's fine. No, Musa Nete is one name.
Okay.
Musa Nete, yeah.
What does
That's
it
my
mean?
full name. So Musa Nete literally means in Shona, don't get tired. But the meaning is don't give up.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Stunning.
True definition of who you are.
Hopefully that's how I've been living, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yes,
just
exactly.
not giving up. So born in Zimbabwe, I went to school there.
Mhm.
I came to South Africa for university
Right.
to study music, jazz singing. I love jazz. That's actually my first love in terms of performing arts. And dropped out of varsity from a very easy degree. I don't know why I did that to myself.
Yeah.
BA music, right? Like I should have just finished. But anyways, I dropped out to be a man of God.
Okay.
To be a pastor. Yes, I was a pastor for a good while.
Sure.
And I enjoyed that. I mean, but then I realized a few things about where I was at in terms of church, and I wasn't happy with the way we were doing things. And so I left that church. I'm in another church now. I'm just a member of that church. Upon leaving, obviously I'd always been a performer, in and around that, but never full time, So once I left pastoring, I was lecturing at the University of Pretoria. I did singing in the drama department there for 5 years, and obviously was exposed.
Vanessa, were you there? No,
I was TUT.
Okay.
Yeah. I taught at TUT for 1 year. For 1 year, I taught in the
jazz department.
No, drama singing.
Oh.
In the drama department.
Yeah.
Same thing like at UP, but they messed me around, eh?
No.
Yeah,
Sorry.
CCMA and all that jazz.
Really?
So yeah.
Oh,
Anyways,
fancy.
so it was cool. I got my money.
Stunning.
But yeah, I taught at TUT, taught at UP for a while, and whilst I was doing that, just like I'd really like to get back into like proper performing. It just jazz was going okay.
Yeah.
I was doing a lot of gigs like with Charles Duplessis. I was all over the country. I even had the opportunity to go overseas. I went to Switzerland for like a New Year's concert.
That must have been amazing.
It was incredible. I got to see snow for the first time.
Oh,
It's 2015 into 2016. Yeah. It was probably one of the best things I've done. And after that, I was just saying to a friend of mine during at the end of one of our shows, Magdalene Minar. I don't know if you know her, but she's mostly opera singing. And we had done a show together with Charles, and we're just having dinner. And I was like, you know what? I'd like to do something different. I don't know. Jazz is cool, but I'm always like waiting for the next gig. I don't know how to go forward. And she was like, I'm actually about to direct this show. Maybe just go and audition for that. I'll just give them your name.
Yeah.
Audition. We're like in the 3rd round right now. So just try. We'll see if you slot in. I was like, okay. I auditioned for that. It was Calling Me Home. And I got a role in that. And through some weirdness, I also ended up getting a lead role. So that was like my first
I remember watching that
role.
like, when you sang, I was like,
Who's
Who
that?
is that?
Yes.
I was like, I've never seen his face.
Who's
Yeah.
I've never heard this. Who is? Yeah, no.
That was the question. Everybody was like,
yeah, no.
Who that? Who this?
Because you just appeared out of nowhere.
Yeah, no,
Literally.
Theater was not my thing, and I was really scared. But one thing I've learned to just, if the door opens, just go.
Yeah.
Just go. And if you're scared about pulling it off, it's like, well, the door wouldn't have opened if you can't do it.
Yeah, of course.
So it's like,
Sure.
so there's something there.
I was actually having that conversation with my uncle yesterday.
Yeah.
Like, if the door's open, it means you're ready because
Yeah.
you attracted it.
Yeah.
For it to open, it means it says, come in,
Yeah.
you're ready.
The opportunity already by itself is quite validating, you know. But I
Mm.
think because we don't believe in ourselves, it's mostly intimidating, you know, imposter syndrome. So, which is very common. I mean, I also suffer from imposter syndrome sometimes,
That's
you know.
one of my biggest
But
problems.
like, you know what? It is what it is. I got to do that, and that same year through Magdalene as well, she spoke to the guys at Cape Town Opera.
Yeah.
So there's this guy, let's, you know, do you have anything for him? And I auditioned for that and ended up getting a lead role in Mandela Trilogy.
Yeah.
And that was like a tour. You know, we went to Dubai, we went to Hong Kong. So it's like my first year of doing musical theater. I did 2 lead roles and I got to go overseas. You know, it was just like, okay, great. I think this is cool. Is this the standard? This is great. You know, like I can never go back from here.
Yeah.
So I mean, I've mostly done musical theater up until this point. That's been amazing. Obviously, you know, you have to take your roles and really push yourself. I think the transition from jazz to musical theater is very interesting.
Yeah.
Jazz is a lot more involved, you know, in terms of your musicality and stuff. Musical theater, obviously you have to get the acting, and then there's accents and everything, which was fun for me because I always loved acting in high school. I used to do drama, and you know, like I got like best actor awards like 2 years in a row type thing. First guy to do it, you know.
Nice.
So it was really fun, but I'd lost all of that, obviously, right? And so getting back into it was like, okay, can I still do this?
Yeah.
But you know, the transition was interesting. I did miss jazz a lot because jazz was a lot, like I said, it's a lot more involved. And it's like once you've like gotten to this level of exertion in terms of your ability, and then it's almost like musical theater was easier in terms of the singing.
Yeah.
But it also introduced the acting, which was something I had not
reintroduced.
Hey, girl. There we go. There we go. There we go.
Guys, I'm just gonna keep
Reintroduced.
quiet. You'll see it for yourself.
Oh my goodness. Oh my, what on earth is she talking about? I have no idea. Reintroduced the acting. And that just made it into something special. And so now acting is something I really want to focus on. Also during that journey, obviously getting an agent and everything, you know, I was like, you know, I want to try adverts. And I mean, I'd been auditioning for adverts since I got an agent after that first calling me home. I'd not landed one gig in all those years. You know, obviously last year happened, COVID happened, and you know, everything went to hell. And then at the end of 2020, I got my first advert. Like it was a JIC ad. And it was like, okay, great.
You see it all the time. It's in our
Amazing.
faces. I'm like,
my
switching over to
goodness.
Netflix because
Oh,
SABC 1, 2, 3,
wow.
ETV. He
Don't
is
worry,
there.
one day I'll be on Netflix.
And he's with Snare. We had Snare in studio.
Yes, with the
Snare
Gavis.
Gaviscon. That was my second ad that I landed literally like the next month.
He's becoming an ad whore.
It's fine. It's fine.
You're doing a great
We love it.
doing
We
a
love
great
it.
job.
I mean, yeah, it's going good. Got Toyota after that, and that was like that's a long-term like campaign. So it's like 3 years. I can't do any other car ads for a while.
Nice.
But don't worry, they paid well. They paid for it. It's good. And then obviously One Life was my last one. So suddenly I was now doing adverts.
Yeah.
Suddenly I was now on camera.
Yes.
You know. And that was something I always was worried about because it's like stage acting is one thing, right? You're big, you're expressive. Then camera acting, it's like you do the auditions and okay, can you do that just a little tone down?
Yes.
Yeah, just a little tone down. Musa, just stop, just calm down, man. Just calm down. Like,
take a break,
you know,
cut.
Like, chill. You know. So obviously it's finding that in yourself as well because I wasn't trained.
Okay.
You know, in all of this, I only ever did jazz singing at school. So I'm kind of going with my own, you know, I'm watching YouTube videos. I'm talking with people.
But don't you think it's
just
just the natural talent that's within you? Or did you want to enhance it more by doing the whole YouTube?
I mean, I think there's definitely something natural there, but you know, I think it's best to work on it as well. Right. I think it's easy to just have talent and not work on it. I think you can go a lot further if you actually build your talent up.
You once said to me, if you're going to do something, bother. to do it.
Yeah.
Do it, like really
Get in
go
there.
in, get in there.
Get in there.
So hearing you speak about your journey, I think that's what you always do. When you do something, you do it because you want something to come out of it.
Yeah.
That's why I have a question. When you talk about you left UP, you left music, and you got into the church.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that time crossing over from your gift, your talent, and getting into a space of I don't want to say supernatural powers or whatever, because that's how I feel.
Spiritual.
Yeah, spirituality is. It's tapping into what we cannot see.
Sure.
Do you think you crossing over to that was your preparation as a person for where you are now? Because as performers, we go through so much, and we do not have the time to really find ourselves and to really step into who we are so that we can live our purpose. So do you think you becoming a pastor was your training ground? Jazz was just the basis to see that you can do it. Then you got into the spiritual side, and then now you're in it. Do you think that crossover?
That's a pretty good question.
Damn, girl.
I mean, it's like, yo, guys.
Hey,
I'm listening to it. I'm like,
we get.
Do I have water?
We do that. We do that.
You take a break.
We let you speak.
I'll
then
come
we
back
sting
tomorrow.
you with that.
Bam. No, it's a pretty good observation. You know what, Palesa? I think definitely it was a lot of preparation for me because I dealt with a lot of people. I was in a leadership position, and that comes with, you have to carry yourself a certain way. You have to know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
If you're going to be a pastor. And I think that was one of my big criticisms of pastors. It was like after you've done the homework, then you compare what other people are saying. It's like, you don't really know what you're talking about, bruh.
Yeah.
It's like if a bunch of PhDs are standing in a room and then a fake walks in, we can all tell the fake.
Yes.
Like within like 3 sentences, it's like, okay, I'll let you get away with it. You know what he said? Oh my goodness.
No, you guys give each other the eye, like
it's like, and we just leave it. We don't call anyone out. It's like you'll expose yourself.
Yeah,
it's fine.
We're not gonna judge
We're
for
actually
you.
waiting to see the articles. But yeah, it was good preparation for me. I think entertainment is, in the end, you're thinking of the audience, right? You're thinking of the person at the end of your delivery, at the end of what you're saying, or on the other side of what you're saying. And I got to work with, thousands of students. I mean, hundreds of one-on-one sessions and, preaching, all of that stuff, being on stage. My church back in Zim, and I was one of the worship leaders there. The building sat like 3,500 people. So it's like, you're standing there and singing in front of 3,500 people. So when I came here and it was time to perform, it was like, yeah, this is cool. I can do this. It's like, I can do this. It's like, yeah, but it's so crazy. I'm like, yeah, but there's like 30 people though.
What do you mean?
This is hype. Like, this is good. It's like a break. Like let's chill,
No pressure.
You know what I mean? So yeah, there was definitely a big chunk of preparation there. And I think just in terms of character, more than gift and skill, but character. I came into this industry a lot later than a lot of my peers, and I can feel the difference. It's like I'm really coming from the outside because certain things that are normal for a bunch of people are just weird to me. And I'm like,
sorry about
please
that.
Elaborate.
Why is this okay? I don't understand. Like this is
I
not.
get it because we live in a
like
different
literally,
space.
like
Yeah.
no,
And then
like
here
in
you
space,
come.
not just different space. Like literally,
Yeah,
in the,
like
in the
Bona,
clouds.
like Asikola. Yeah, not here.
You know what? I think because we're creatives, and we engage just this thing called creativity.
Yeah.
Sometimes, in fact, a lot of times, we formulate ideas about life, and we get to express those ideas quite freely.
Yes.
But those ideas are never tested. Right? No one ever really argues those ideas. We just leave them.
Yeah.
And so I listen to people talk and I'm like, how has that been allowed to keep going for this long? But why is this normal? Like to think like this? But that's a wrong kind of thought.
That's
like,
destructive.
And and you can see the destructiveness like in
destructive.
their lives. It's just like, but can't you see that 1 + 1 is 2? It's not 7, guys. Like it's 2 out here, you know. So I mean, one example is we
We
really
love examples.
no. Examples are great. I mean, I think we're a bit too free with ourselves.
Yeah.
I mean, I think with our expressions with other people, just with our bodies, with our words, and we don't have boundaries. We're bad with boundaries. You know, and I think that's really what I'm trying to, is the boundaries game is like, we're really bad at it.
Yeah.
So when you're open to too many people, right? And then no one is special, right? And it means you don't know how to keep what's special for special people, right? So whether that's just the time that you spend with someone or the secrets you're telling, like a loved one, whether it's a friend, you know, a spouse or a partner or whatever, everything goes everywhere,
Yeah.
you know? And it's like, so what's actually special anymore? And then you look at things like, okay, so how are the relationships in our industry? We suck. We suck at
Big
this.
time.
You know what I
There's
mean?
no
It's like,
loyalty
no,
because
I mean, we all out here on the streets, like everybody's everybody, right?
we're within. We are within.
No, guys,
No,
can we just talk about this?
No,
No.
we share a lot.
Hi, guys.
We
share everything.
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 share
We
everything.
are all connected.
It's crazy though. It's crazy.
That's
Look,
what I struggled with when I got
But
to.
also the thing is, when you don't do that, you become outcasted.
Yes.
which is kind of true, yeah.
That's very true.
When you're not that person who's like, I'm choosing who's walking into my home, you're kind of questioned like, oh, does Noni not like me? And it's like, I don't think you've gotten to that point where you can come into my personal space. And it's not that I hate you. It's just the fact that, like you say, I'm making it special for special people. I'm keeping it, I'm keeping it ironed out.
Yeah.
You know, because you don't want to be creased all the time. You know, but when you are not that person and you're not doing those things, you're kind of like, you don't behave like I've been told, like, you don't behave like a real artist.
I've been told the same.
Me too. You're too quiet to be an artist.
Or like, Noni, you're too reasonable.
Yeah.
And you know, and then it's like, you know me, I can sting.
Oh no,
I know this
know.
very well.
Yeah.
Now I've been stung,
You know,
guys.
and then
Yo.
But also the thing is, if you're just gonna talk however you want with me, I'm gonna be like, no, wait.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna watch. I'm gonna watch you doing it with other people in the industry because it's fine. But
yeah, no.
Yeah, I struggled a lot when I was in varsity with that thing of boundaries and say and learning when to speak and learning how to take what people say, because when you come with something different. I grew up in the church, and my great grandmother always says, "Speak with wisdom. Think: is it the right place? Is it the right time?"
Yeah.
Yes.
With us artists, it is not there.
That's,
We go with feeling.
Yeah.
And with feeling, sometimes you say something that does not go well with how the other person is feeling.
Yeah. Or the moment. Just,
Or, yes.
Yeah.
Or I will tell you, you're not this. And at that moment, that's what you're struggling with.
Yes.
That's what you're struggling with. So that the gap, being able to tap into your spirituality, you can feel that, okay, I can't say this now because she's not in a space or he's not in a space to hear me say it. I'm going to be wise and I'm going to hold back.
Yeah. It's a skill. I mean, I think it's a skill that is hard enough to learn just by itself.
Yeah.
You know, and I unfortunately, our industry wants so much from the performers. It doesn't really care about us. You know, it's like just deliver.
Yes.
And when we're done with you, we're done with you.
Yes.
There's no sense of, hey, you know what? He's kind of self-destructing a bit. And we need to, someone needs to talk to him. Let's figure this out. Because hey, where could he go if
let's figure this out?
If we help him out. You know, I've heard a lot of stories of people. Even recently, I was doing something, and there was a person who was supposed to be there, and they weren't there. And everybody who heard this person's name was like, "Oh no, they weren't gonna come." Like that's what they do, and it's like. That's so it's okay. And we're just cool with you and your nonsense. It's like there's no sense of let me talk to you. Like, let's
There's
try
no
and
sense
figure
of
this out.
naming and shaming.
No,
Hold
that's
you
even-
accountable
Or
for
hold you
your-
Hold you
accountable.
accountable
Yeah.
for your stuff, because you're really messing up, and
Yeah.
you're not just messing up your reputation, but you're messing up a reputation of people as a whole.
But we allow people to self-destruct by not telling them the truth.
No, no, no.
Yes.
We
No,
allow
no,
each
no.
other
No,
to
no, no.
self-destruct because we don't tell each other that, hey, bruh, what you're doing is wrong. You did it the last time, you're doing it again. So if that
Yes.
person is going to do it repeatedly,
Yeah.
it means we don't hold each other accountable.
it
No,
also
but then,
means it's
Valesa, how
okay.
dare you judge me?
Oh yes, there's that. Then there's that.
How dare you judge me for my life and I'm living my truth? But look, I mean, that's just one of the things in this industry that is just unfortunately difficult to figure out. Look, I don't mind being different. I think that's actually helped set me apart.
Okay.
You know, if anyone gets to talk with me, it's like, okay, you're not just crazy like everybody else. I mean, I can be crazy. I mean, I really can be crazy.
Of course.
Yeah. You know.
We know.
Mind the Twilight Zone, what just happened? You know, I really can. But I also want to like learn people. I want to get to know people. And I also don't want to leave things hanging. I've got good friends that I've made it my responsibility. Like when I see you go off, I'm gonna say something and I'm not gonna get off your back until you stop. Like I'm gonna be that person, you know, and it's like, why not? That's what we call brotherhood. That's what we call
sisterhood.
Sisterhood. It's what we call actual friendship, family. You know what I mean? So I feel like we talk a lot about being family, but we really aren't.
No.
You know, it's like, because I'm like, I know what family looks like, guys. This ain't
is
it.
not it.
It's not it. You know. So I hope to bring something like that into what I do. Like whenever I work on a project or I'm on set, I always want to get to know people. I want to have in-house jokes with the guy on the camera. I want to be cool with the director. I mean, I remember one day this one guy who's very like fiery, and everyone was like, yo, watch out for this one. And when I was introduced to him, he's like, hi, my name is so-and-so, and I'm probably gonna shout at you. And I was like, hi, my name is Musa, and I'm probably gonna shout back. And he laughed. That's exactly what he did. And he's like, I like you. And it's like just breaking the ice.
Don't take people at what people are saying.
You know,
exactly.
just don't leave it
Have
there.
your
It's like,
own experience.
I want to find out for myself, you know. So I've always made that a point, you know, on top of being professional, which you would think is like normal, but actually, you know. So
we get it.
So
we get it.
No, I hate that with a passion. But I mean, just being professional, having a good attitude on set or with everyone, being prepared. Knowing your stuff, being ready, and then also being willing to take instruction. You know, I don't get weird when someone says, Musa, can you try it like this? Musa, can you try it like that? Musa, can you try it like this?
Someone like Musa in the industry, they'd say, oh, he's a kiss ass. Because he's prepared. You do the things according, and because they say that one is fiery, and yet Musa gets along with Mr. Fiery, it's like, oh no, Musa's just trying to do, you know, I've had that before where it's like, oh no, you're just the pet because. But it's like, no, but I read that person. I heard about that person. I went in with my own thought, saw them, took them at my own experience, and I'm treating them in the way that they would like to be treated. You know, instead of hearing from someone else to say, oh no, she ain't good, or, you know, that one's going to rob you, or no, she's going to break you down. And it's like, but why is she breaking you down? Because you came in with someone else's experience. And then acted upon that instead of getting to know the person. You know, that's why I can call directors father this and mama this, and, you know, and it's all good. And then I'll know, like we're going to be doing Panto soon, Musa. I know that when we get to technical week, don't steal this from me because I learned it from someone and I used it because we were just good like that. But if Janice Honeyman is going through a moment during technical week, give her a cream soda.
Oh, cream soda. Okay.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You learn from other people, but then you do it in your own way. You don't do it in the way that Dion's song did it. You know, you do it the Noni way. To be like, oh, Non, you know, and Dion, and it's okay. Because I'm learning from someone else when they are giving me a good thing instead of taking the bad and acting upon that.
It's also great to be able to learn from people. In our industry, we don't give ourselves that space to learn from people. We come in thinking that we know what we need to do, instead of when you get to a place, a space will tell you what it needs. a space will tell you, will give you what it needs.
Yeah.
What you have to be is open
Yeah.
to be able to learn.
Exactly.
It teaches us how to be open to learn whatever it happens in life. That's what life teaches us. But in the entertainment industry, I have found that we are so afraid from learning from one another because we feel like I'm taking away
It's
from
always
myself.
competition.
Yes.
Look, that's the name of the game. Unfortunately, it is competition.
Yeah.
I mean, I could potentially be taking so and so's job away from. Like, there's not
Really
enough work.
though?
I
feel like if it's for you, it's for you.
What's yours
no,
won't
but
miss you.
No, that's true.
Yeah.
But the experience for that person is they also think it's for them, right? Like, we're all gonna feel that until someone gets the job and someone doesn't.
Yeah, but
you
then
know,
put pride aside and just say congratulations, Balisa.
you know, I got you. Look, that's what I'm saying is that this is an element of the industry. That is a reality, and it's hard to navigate.
Yeah.
You know, so a very confident person who comes in seems like, you know, like, who do you think you are? Like, what's your problem, bro? Like,
Yeah.
what-
But
Is
isn't
that
like that in
confidence?
What's your
Is
problem?
that
Your
confidence?
face.
Who do you think
No,
you are?
like
Rest,
You know?
babe.
no, like, is that confidence? Like, if somebody gets a job and you feel, is that confidence?
No. I'm not saying that's confidence. I'm
Oh.
just saying, like, if you encounter a confident person,
Okay.
you know, who they want to do well in the industry, you know, like, and they you know, and things actually start happening for them, right?
Yeah.
And your mentality is like, but who's this person and stuff, like, who do they think they are? It's like,
Oh,
no,
that happened to me when I arrived because
Mm.
I was fresh from high school and I was even told
Shem,
we
that's
Googled
even
you.
worse. That's
And I was
fine.
like, why are you Googling? I just
No,
started.
they must Google. They must Google. You must see that I came from nowhere. Where were you?
Where were-
Why
No,
was
but
Jane? I'm
Y'all were
joking.
busy getting your degrees. That's all good.
No,
That's fine.
you know what?
Do that. But me, I just came in with
Yeah.
you know what I had and what I've known from high school, and you know
Yeah.
I entered and I did my thing. But don't Google me.
No, me, I want to be Googled, guys. I want you to Google me, and I want you to see all those things. You know what? I think we talk about acceptance and letting everyone be, but we actually don't believe that. We don't really practice that. And just like what you're saying, it's like you have your experience, and instead of you being welcomed with that experience, it's like, no, who are you?
Yes.
And why are you here? And how
Yeah.
did you get to this
You didn't
point?
suffer with us in
you know?
varsity, and it's like
You know what I mean? It's almost
I
like there's
suffered
a
in
right
a different way.
That's it.
You know.
You know, my mentality, Noni, has always been, I don't need to impress you if you're not the person I signed contracts with.
Oh, that's exactly how I feel.
So
about
it's like, so if people are gonna judge me, it's like, are you going to give me work?
yes. Are you paying?
Are
my
you the one?
salary?
Are you a director? Are you who are you?
Yes.
So I don't need your validation, unfortunately. I would like your validation because I'd like to get along with you. I'd like to have
Yes.
friendship. I'd like to have camaraderie. I'd like to be there for you when you do well. I'd like to be there for you when you don't do well.
Yeah.
I'd like you to be there for me on either side of that equation. But when push comes to shove, in the end, work is work, you know? And my mentality has always been like, if I've got a contract and I'm working and you've got a contract and you're complaining about your contract, I just go, but you signed.
Why did you sign? And
So why did you?
sit
Yeah, but these
before?
people, they're taking advantage of us. Because
Did you read?
Were you
I'm
forced
so glad
into?
Moses mentioned that because
you
I'm
know?
that person too. I'm that person who is like, I don't want to get into politics of things.
No, and look, I get it, but also at the same time, don't complain after you've accepted.
Yes.
Accept, and this has been a mentality for me, and I think it's helped me because it's like sometimes, you know, like, this isn't that great, like, it's not that great, but also, what else would you be doing? Musa, like, ask yourself. You can turn this 5,000 rand down because you want 10,000 rand, but now you've got no rand.
Yep.
Or you could have 5,000 rand. So what's it gonna be? Because it's the reality of life. Like, it's like we're not in that position where there's so many jobs and we're picking and choosing.
Yes,
If you get to that point, you can start being like, these people aren't paying enough.
Yes.
But a lot of us act like we're at that point when we're not.
When we're not.
You know?
And it doesn't even matter the amount of shows that you've done actually.
No.
It's all about how you represent yourself. Actually, that's what I've learned. I've learned that it's how you deal with the people that are hiring you, not your cast members. It's not about making having a group of people and now we're all like You know, like when you had on your show, you spoke about groupthink.
Yeah.
You know,
groupthink, yeah.
you spoke about groupthink, and I went, damn, I'm never in those situations because I'm always, and I questioned myself to say, am I a coward when people are going, oh, but we need to be paid this and we need to, and I'm going, but in the contract it says, shut up.
Yeah, no, you signed it.
You signed it, and now you are hearing from other people that are doing a different contract from you to say, but artists should do this. And I understand the fight for us, but also understand what you have signed yourself up for.
Yeah.
And now you're coming with a mentality to come and fight something that you have said yes to, but now you're turning your back on it. It's, for me, it's like,
no, you know what? It's the ego thing. It's the pride that we, you know, being on stage kind of gives you a certain level of ego.
Yeah.
And, you know, self-belief or self-centeredness almost. When you're standing in front of it. Yeah, vanity. We stand in front of audiences that give us standing ovations, they scream for us, they love us.
We love it though.
You know, I mean, no, we do. And I mean, I've got no problem with that, but we also don't realize that sometimes it feeds this inner thing that makes
that
you
little monster.
Yeah, and it is a monster.
And it gets hungry quickly, hey?
It eats
and it
too
never switches
much.
off.
It eats too much.
So if you don't know how to switch off that monster, like when you're off the stage, you can't expect. It's like I like to say to some people in the industry, like when they start getting on, like, you're not a princess here, but you can be a princess at home. You know, because my grand also used to say that to me. She used to be like, at home, you can show us all your crassness,
right?
You know, but out there in the streets, you can rail it back.
Yeah,
because nobody really cares out there.
No, it's true.
You know,
it's true. Look, we have to play the game. Like what Palesa said was very key about the environment will tell you the rules. You know, and I've always believed that, you know, like the rules for whatever you have to do are within the context of that thing. You can't just come in and decide what the rules are going to be. You can't say, I want to be a lawyer, but I don't want to study for it. It's like, there's no way that's going to happen. You need to, there's certain things that need to happen before you can call yourself a lawyer, you know? So
paying your dues.
You have to, you know, and I think if we're willing to go through those processes humbly, right? And also willing to actually accept one another for our different backgrounds or different experiences. Yeah, a lot of people will say, where did you come from, Musa? It's like, you don't know that I've actually been out here.
Yes, it's just,
you know, it's just, it didn't happen. And, you know, look, if I talk about jazz and like people, there's not that many jazz male singers who did what I did.
Yes.
You know, like I literally, at some point, it was like, even when I did Calling Me Home, I remember reading one article of someone who actually knew me from jazz, like, yeah, we wanted more from Musa. I was like, oh, wait, actually, people know me out here. Like, it's like someone of Musa's caliber. I was like, I've never read that before. It's like, actually, I am that guy. You know, I am of someone's Musa's. But it's just to say, look, I've been doing stuff, you know, and let's understand it didn't really come out of nowhere.
Let's let ourselves validate ourselves and not be seen as if we're being egotistical. Let us be who we are and allow us to be. Because in the industry, people do not allow you to be who you say you are. They want to see accolades. They want to see them. They want you to be like, here's it.
Yeah.
You just saying it. It's like, oh, show us you're like, but I'm it.
No, but I'm here. And look, accolades really don't define that much. It's just, I mean, how many people can even get them? They're not that many accolades to go around anyway. You know, so it's such an unrealistic standard to put on someone. You know, like literally 4 people get nominated and 1 person wins. There's like 75, 100 people within that category. And it's like, it doesn't really mean anything, you know? But, you know, if we looked at each other, like in NBA, it's like there's a whole group of like stars who didn't win a championship, but they still recognize as stars, you know, like they're all stars. It's like, no, this person is actually worth their salt.
And they recognize
and they're recognized and they recognize it, but we don't have that. You know, it's like, are you so and so? It's like, no, well.
Yes, exactly.
Well. And it's like, but we're not also, you're not so and so. So why are you judging?
And also, like, if you don't sing in a certain way.
Oh yeah, I've gotten that a lot.
You know, if you sing in your own way, it's like, oh no, you're not really.
So being different in the industry is not accepted.
No, it's not accepted.
And it's an industry that says it accepts difference.
Yes, it's an industry that says we will give you the platform for being different. But actually not, because, you know, we always talk about our personal experiences here, just to, you know, let people know that this industry is tough, but it's also beautiful at the same time because you get like this backbone.
Sure.
You know, you get
true.
to be able, when you know yourself, your backbone strengthens.
That's what it's important, knowing thyself.
Exactly. That's what exactly. And when you sing different, you walk different, you dress different, you act different, you do different.
Yeah.
You are outcast. Because then you are seen as maybe you're a snitch or you're here to, I don't know, like you're wasting time. Because you're not trying to be like you could be singing with a bunch of people, but they could be like, but why must you sing it like that? You're like, but I'm Noni.
That's
not
how I
you.
do it.
Yeah, this is how I do it. But then you find yourself on the outside because then maybe you're not like Miss Belter, like
Look, you know what? I'm not a belter. Like people, and I love singing and I love, but jazz obviously is my thing, and jazz is usually better when you sing lower, for me at least.
Yes.
It's not one of those where the highest voice
and
is the most aggressive.
And it sounds better when you sing
lower.
Exactly. You know, so I've got my places where I am strong.
Yes.
And then when I go up there, it's like, oh my goodness, Lord, help me. You know?
Where am I going?
Will I ever be able to come down from this mountain?
Will I get there?
I need to cut off another testicle to reach the spot. You know what I mean?
And breathe.
And use oh my goodness. That always amazes
Sorry,
me.
y'all.
Oh my gosh. I hope
we
you
had
guys,
a moment.
That was really a moment, guys. We're all singers here. But you know what? It's such a beautiful thing when you accept you.
Yes.
I think beyond all of this is if you don't accept yourself, and if you're always taking in what everyone says, but they're not accepting me and it's so whack and everything. It's like, yeah, but now you're falling for the trick, right? You're falling for it.
Gregory Porter said it in his song, "We are like children. We painted on canvases. So as we walk, you choose the color which is yours. Because when growing up, you're painted with so many colors, and then you want to become all of those colors, and it confuses you.
Yeah.
So as you grow up, you choose that one color that is you.
Yeah, and
then
you have
you walk with it.
You have to.
You have to.
That's what
You have
Yeah.
to. I think people. That's the big lesson. I think unfortunately we like to choose the popular color.
Yeah.
You know, instead of the personal color.
The personal color.
You know,
and when you choose a personal color, you get burnt, guys. This week, wow.
But
Sorry,
you need to
I'm in my field.
You need to choose it regardless. But the one thing that I'm going back to Christianity, you being a pastor, and the one thing that Christianity teaches us is knowing who we are. Because when you communicate with the higher power, you need to communicate with the higher power in a way that you were created to communicate with them. If I take how you communicate with the higher power will be like, am I talking to Musa or is this Balisa? Yo, what's going on?
Yeah.
You understand? Because now you're having a relationship with the higher power. So the more you understand yourself, the more you understand your purpose, the more you understand where you're going, the more you understand when things come to you, like, this is not mine, but thank you. You understand? I can move. That's what Ayanda said. He said, I don't go to every audition. I don't accept every job because not everything that comes to me is mine. Some are lessons. We need to know how to differentiate that. So I want to.
But Ayanda should have also explained that it also comes with how much work you've put into the industry for you to be able to make those decisions.
Look, I was gonna say, I go to all my auditions and I accept whatever is given to me, bro. Like, I'm a mercenary.
It goes with who you are.
I am a mercenary. I will go out into war. Just pay me. Like, it's cool.
It goes with who you are. That's how you were trained.
Yes. That's where I'm at.
Yeah, that's where you're at. But you will get to a point where Musa's like,
definitely.
I've worked hard enough, and now.
No, definitely. And I think
I
want to earn that. I want to earn that. You know, and I think people underestimate how much work it takes to actually become something.
Yeah.
You know? And even when you've done the work, you're still not guaranteed. You know, so many other things have to play out. Like the right person has to see you, the right people have to like you, you have to do the right thing at the right time. There's so many. That's why I don't like reading these like books on like, you know, the 10 habits of the most successful people. It's like, but that's not
Yeah.
all that happened for them.
True.
Right?
Yes,
That's not all there
It
was.
doesn't.
you
It
know?
doesn't unpack everything.
No. It doesn't.
And it leaves you so confused because also at the end of the day, I mean, I like reading those kinds of books, but at the end of the day, sometimes you got to be careful that you don't fall into that trap of becoming that person.
Yeah.
It's not knowing who you are.
Yes.
No.
Not know, if you read that, not knowing who you are,
Yes.
you'll take
It's
those
like
things.
read, but then have your own interpretation of what you are reading.
Yes.
Don't
Know your
follow.
own story.
Know your own
as well.
story, and you can relate, but know your own story.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. That's my
Definitely.
big thing. Just if you can know where you are and what your journey is and what your advantages and disadvantages are.
Yeah.
It makes life so much easier for you when you interact, when you try out for stuff, when things don't go well, when things go well. It makes such a difference. And that's been the big difference for
things
me.
don't go well.
Oh, especially when things don't go well.
Especially
You know, I had one conversation with this casting agent, and she just randomly said this to me in an audition.
Yeah.
And she's like, you know, the way I done my audition, I like this lady. She's always hoping I get the next job. You know, and she's like, you know, Musa, these clients sometimes they're not very smart, eh? I mean, I'm like, and she just went on this hand. She's like, you know, I just want you to know, Musa, it's not your fault.
Yeah. But
It's
that's
not
what
you.
you have to understand.
It's not you. Sometimes they'll go, his ear is funny, or reminds me of my ex, or he's not tall enough, or and there's nothing you can do about it.
And then you hear them say, "We fought for you."
There you
We
go.
fought for you.
So it's really, you really can't, when you know yourself and when you know what you're here to do, and you also understand the process, because I think sometimes people don't know that. Right? We don't understand what's going on, the industry, my growth, all of that stuff we don't know.
Please elaborate.
So I'm just saying, like what this lady said to me. Like what this lady said to me. That was part of the process. It's a part that I'm not involved in, but it's also a part that affects me.
Yes.
Right? Someone is making a decision. And it's like, you need to know that a lot of times you're being told no, not because of you.
Yeah.
But because of them.
Yes.
They were
and how they feel.
And it's fine. And that doesn't invalidate you. So when you come out of an audition and or when you get that message, it's like you didn't get the call back, or you got the call back, but you didn't get the job.
Yeah.
You can't beat yourself up, because if you do, you're almost saying like you screwed it up.
Yes.
And I mean, but you did it. But you did the part. You did what you could.
Yes.
You just weren't the one they wanted.
Your interpretation,
and it's
you
okay.
went
Unless if you know you
your
didn't prepare.
Well, I mean, then that's your fault.
That's your fault. You come in unprepared. But
No,
if
don't
you know you
don't be
prepared and
silly.
you kick
Yeah.
ass.
Yeah. You've done your part.
Move
do
on.
your part, you carry on if you don't get it.
Yeah.
But also the process for you personally, one, understanding that and getting to that point of being like, I'm not in complete control.
Yeah.
Right?
Ooh.
I'm not in complete control of everything.
That on someone my booty.
Yo.
Because I have a problem with it.
No, but if you don't get that, you're always gonna accuse yourself, and what's waiting for you at the end of all that accusation after 5 years of beating yourself up, after 10 years of looking down on yourself? It's just depression. You're gonna quit, you're gonna run off, you're gonna be half-hearted, you're gonna start saying things like, yeah, no, I think I'm just gonna start picking and choosing. It's like, you don't get to pick and choose, not yet. You're not a diva yet. Go, you need to work, rack in the hours. That's what I do. It's like, I got all these adverts at the beginning of the year, the first 6 months of the year. And my agent was like, we're just shocked you keep going to auditions. You don't need to pay for anything for the rest of the year. My rent for the rest of the year was paid. I can pay rent until half into next year. I'm at this point, it's like, I don't have any financial issues,
Yeah.
But I went to every single audition that I could. I'm like, but if I stop, the mentality for me is if I stop, I start believing something of myself that I'm not yet.
Yes.
If I stop, then I start to feed that ego. If
That's
I
why
stop,
you're my superhero.
No, but if I stop, it's like, then why? Why stop now? It's like, wait, what if you actually got that next ad? What if you got that next role? What if you got 10 ads? What if you don't? And what if you've actually just gotten into this humbling process where it's like, okay, Musa, you got your ads, but also understand you're still growing, hey?
Yes.
You're not the man yet,
Yeah.
Sometimes you need to learn that, because you can also get into an ego trip when things go well.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that nothing happened afterwards, almost, because it's like, that put me in check. It was like, okay, I was starting to believe my own hype there.
Right?
Actually, I am not in control of everything.
Is that the wisdom you learned from the church?
Some of it, yes. I think with Christianity, right? And and this is now like theology.
Yeah.
You know, get me talking theology like I'll be here for 17 hours. But very quickly, is that one of the core ideas around salvation is that we're fallen. Is that there's a problem with us, right? And for me, that actually gives me comfort.
Yes.
Right? It gives me comfort to know, like, wait, there's something fundamentally wrong with us.
Yeah.
So that shit happens. Right? It happens, right? Someone's gonna screw you over, someone's gonna look you over, someone's gonna deny you, you are gonna mess yourself around.
Look you under.
Things are gonna you're gonna play yourself sometimes and like not pitch up or not be prepared and everything. Like, man is fallen and is in need of a savior. And it's like, once I understand that I am fallen, I am in need, you know, I can always be dependent on God, right? I don't ever have to be the man. I don't. And so when things go well, praise God.
Did you hear that?
When things go bad, praise God. You know, when things are kind of happening, praise God. It doesn't
all the
matter.
time. In the hallway.
You know? So it's like, it doesn't matter, because it's like, anything I've ever gotten has been a blessing. Anything. I don't deserve anything. Like, even that, because you learn from it.
Lesson,
and it's like, why do you need who do you think you are to learn anything? Why should you even get a lesson? Why weren't you just left alone just to be an idiot forever? And God still allows you to grow from even your problems. Like, he even uses your problems. It's like, come on. That's just too good. This is too good. You're always winning, because you always come out of it with something. Even if you've got a few scars, it's like, I've learned something from it though. You know, so for me, it's a lot easier to keep doing what I'm doing, because I don't have to be the man. I'm never going to be the man. The man is the one that's taking care of me. You know, he's the one that's watching over me. And so whether things go well, whether things go badly, whether next year nothing ever happens again, whether I struggle with this, whether I excel, it's like, for me, it's just praise God. It's like, I didn't deserve to be here in the first place.
I've got a question now.
Sure.
Talking about, you don't have to be the man. Okay. And we're talking about believing, right?
Yeah.
As artists, I don't know. I sometimes feel like we lack that. We lack that believing in something. And therefore, that's why we become very floaty, fluffy, everywhere, do anything, say anything, anyhow. Because I believe that if you don't have something you stand for, you believe in, then you're kind of like empty.
You know, that's what it is.
You're empty and you're full of I don't know, like
yourself.
Not even yourself, but it's just air that's just not feeding you. Like, it's not proper oxygen. It's like continuously breathing in carbon dioxide, and you're thinking it's healthy, you know. So Musa, with that, do you think that sets you apart? The fact that you have this belief and you stand for something, and that sets you apart from most?
I think it's not having a belief. I think it's having a strong belief.
And do you think that you should being open about it is?
Look,
or should you be like?
I think you have to be careful depending on what the belief is.
Yeah.
Obviously, some things are popular and some things are not, right? And cancel culture is a real thing. So people do have to watch out for that. Even like other friends of mine who are like, yeah, no, I'm passionate, I'm on fire for God, and I want to be a singer. And I'm like, so, but if someone asks you this question, what are you going to say? I'm like, exactly. Like, you have to think about this, you know?
I've also seen people like, they in the industry and they've got like faith in God, like, like, you know.
Sure.
But tell them to put on a leotard. And it's like, but Jesus wouldn't want me to do that.
Yeah, you know what? It's like, look, I think it depends on a person's convictions, right? Because I think it plays out differently for every person. And I think it's unfair. You know, what I see a lot happening in the industry is that we tend to then judge the person and say, well, you know, then why are you here? Or you're not scared. I mean, you're scared. Or it's an excuse, right? I'm like, but if that's how their conviction works for them, we can't fight with that, right? It's almost like the Bible says, like, you know, there's those who won't eat pork and those who can. And God is like, let the person who doesn't eat pork not eat pork.
Hallelujah.
Don't come at them and then say like, but God has allowed all things to be permissible in terms of food, right? Which he has. But if you've got a conviction that I shouldn't eat pork, then I can't come at you about your conviction
Yeah.
about not eating pork. But I want to go back to having a belief. I think a lot of people have some kind of thing that they stand for.
Okay.
I just don't think they really think through the ramifications of that.
Okay.
You talked about air that doesn't feed you. There's a phrase I learned from it's some theological guy who said, he was talking about certain beliefs, and he said it's like they have their feet firmly planted in midair. Right? It's like firmly planted in midair, right? Like it's like, no, it actually, you think you're standing on something, but you're standing on nothing. Right? So I think there's a lot of talk about ideologies and maybe belief systems or things that we stand for, whether they're social issues as well. But there's not as much processing about what that means.
Yeah.
So I said earlier, we don't challenge each other's ideas. We just kind of leave them. You know, we don't know how to have like good, strong conversations without now killing each other.
Yeah.
Right? Because the minute I challenge you, it's like I hate you and I don't. And it's like, no, I want to actually know what you believe. And something I did a lot with as a pastor is I always told the students, I was like, guys, nowhere in the world can you label yourself without having passed all those things.
Of course.
You can't call yourself a lawyer without passing the degrees. You can't call yourself a doctor without knowing certain things. And actually, so you're a Christian. It's the one thing that defines you more than anything, but you don't know what you're talking about.
Musa, do you think as the artist,
Sure,
because I believe, in my beliefs, we are very close to God because we are creators. The Creator created us to create. So do you think we need a certain, like a place we can go to as artists or people we can talk to? Do you think we need psychologists as artists or pastors or people we can talk to who understand who we are so that we may be able to understand who we are, to understand the place that we are at and the responsibilities that we have been given as artists? Do you think we need that? And what is it that is? Hey,
I feel like we are in a life coaching session with Musa.
Life coaching with Musa. Look, I think, you know what, you're not asking the wrong question. I think we need to take more responsibility for ourselves. I don't think it's my pastor's job to understand what I do. It's his job or her job to pass on that overarching message, and even if it's a psychologist, to pass on an overarching message. I need to interpret it into my life.
Because people say they don't get us as artists.
No, but then you don't get yourself enough to stand on your own 2 feet. So if you're waiting for that outside validation, that already is a sign that you're missing something.
Yes.
And my whole thing is, I'm in a church now that's very like, it's super conservative. I mean, I came from a church where the music was like, we were like the top musician church like in Zim, like for a while, right? And I'm in a church now where it's like, like we're still figuring things out, and it's hectic, you know. But one of the things is, I don't need them to understand Musa the artist. You know, they don't get what I'm going through and all that.
Yeah.
They're just like, bro, like, do you need any help with anything? Are you cool? Like, no, it's cool. I just need to hear the word. And then in my own life, in my own time, I need to interact with the word and figure that out for myself. This is why I say I don't think people think deeply enough, right? Because that's actually your job. It's not someone else's job. It's like
scary
you're an
place,
adult.
though.
It is.
It's a very scary place.
Beautiful.
But beautiful
It's a
once you are
necessary place.
able to do that. When you are able to think deep and know thyself.
Always. Thinking deep and knowing thyself, it takes away you being part of the vanity group.
Yeah.
Because you understand how everything comes, you understand where it comes from and why it's coming the way it's coming from, because you've allowed yourself to be in the dark. A lot of people don't want to be in the dark. And there's so much power in the dark.
Yes.
There's so much power. I was telling a friend of mine that you need to allow yourself to be like the phoenix. A phoenix lets itself burn out. But we hold on to that last feather. We're like, whoa, wait. And the phoenix is like, shh, I'm done. I'm finished. Then they go to the ashes. They become ashes. And from those ashes, they become themselves again. So if we allow ourselves to shed our skin like the snake, if we allow ourselves to become that, then where we're going is going to be much clearer.
Yeah.
Because even if you see hardships, you're like, I trust my comeback game. I'll go in. I'm going in.
But think of how many ideologies right now are stopping you from doing that.
Yeah.
You know, and they're very popular.
Hey,
they're very
Musa.
popular.
They are.
Take
There are
care of
so
yourself.
many.
You know, if you need a break, you need a break. And I'm like, life is tough, guys. You
Yo,
can't just check out.
Go.
You can't just check
Keep
out, because if you check
going.
out, someone else is going to check in on your place.
Yes, exactly.
And I think that's one of the reasons I've actually done well this year, because a lot of my peers checked out.
I wanted to ask you and say,
You know?
when you, because Musa, you got advert after advert after advert. You know, you came into the industry from your past, being a pastor.
Yeah.
You know, and then we had a conversation about you being interested in life coaching, and you know,
Sure.
you wanting to go that route as
Yeah.
well. And now you're just like on almost every, like you're in my face.
I talked to my
What?
gran and you come on
Yes.
TV.
And
And
I'm
oh, that's
like,
the one I'm
excited. I'm
talking
like,
about.
And Freddie's like,
voiceovers as
Freddie's
well,
like, it's
people.
not getting old, no?
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, it doesn't, because
It doesn't.
it doesn't, because I want to know what clicked, what went, what switched.
Mhm.
You know, because you said you used to do ads, you used to go for ads or
Yeah.
for auditions, and I've also been, but I struggle in that, and I think it's my biggest fear is going for adverts.
Yeah.
But for you, what is it that just went for you, and then you got it? Because it's also a different. I feel like it's a different kind of acting.
Yeah, no, it definitely is. It definitely is. Look, I don't think I can give a formula for how to get the ads.
Yeah.
You know,
But how did
but
you?
But for me, I know one of the things last year that changed for me very specifically was, you know, I've spoken with you about this, and I don't know if I've spoken with you about this. Like, I was watching, you know, life just kind of go to hell because of COVID and everything.
Yes.
And, you know, I said, I'm going to take control back. I'm going to take control back. I'm not going to watch and wait for things to happen. I'm going to take control back. And that's like a personal thing.
Yes.
Right? I'm going to dress up a certain way. I'm going to look a certain way. I'm going to carry myself a certain way. And I'm not going to carry myself as someone who's waiting for something to happen. I'm going to carry myself as someone who expects something to happen. You know? And so anytime I go into something, I go in with full belief and also full understanding that it may not happen.
Yeah.
But you know what? I think I'm good enough for this.
And
if I'm not,
to bother.
and let them decide that I'm not good enough for it. I'm not going to make that decision. I will decide that I'm good enough for what I can deliver. You can decide if I get the job or not.
Yeah.
But that's not going to be my problem. And I let it go. I control what I can control, right? And so I started dressing. Like, I love to dress up. You know, like, I love dressing up.
And you look good.
Thank you very much. I'm actually dressed. I'm dressed a bit down right now, you know, like.
No, but you look good.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
But that's because the clothes are not wearing you. You understand what I'm saying?
That's true.
You've got the clothes. Musa is wearing the clothes. You put on clothes.
It's true.
But you've got to wear them. Not them wear you.
No, definitely. You have to carry yourself a certain way, and it actually becomes something people see, right? And when people talk about X factor, it's almost like it's an intangible, but when you see it, you know it.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, can you develop that? Can you create that? Can you push that? I don't think so. But you know what? I think whatever is in you, you can give yourself a better chance of other people seeing it if you carry yourself with that confidence.
Yeah.
Right? Because you do have something, right? And the idea that you have nothing is an idea that it's a lie that you've believed. It's like, why are you here then?
Yes. What's your purpose?
What's the point? Why are you here?
We all have
so it's like, listen, let me give myself the best chance by carrying myself like someone who has something to offer. If you don't like it, it's okay.
It's okay.
Someone else might like it. In fact, maybe none of you will like it, and maybe this is not where I'm supposed to be. Thanks, I've learned. Let me go over there, right? Because it's like on to the next. It's not this, I failed. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not good enough. It's like, no. You're just in the wrong place. Now let's find the right place. Let's move. Okay. Have you tried this? Okay, let's try it. Go for it. Push yourself.
I love it because you're not BSing, because you're really living it. Musa really lives the things that he speaks.
I am.
So on this journey,
yeah,
you know, to finding yourself in your place in the industry, where are you?
Where am I now? It's such an open-ended question. I think I'm in a place of real confidence.
Okay.
Ish.
Real confidence. And not because I think I can get whatever I want, but I feel like if I'm given the chance, I'm going to kill it.
You are.
If you give me the chance, I'm going to do well because I've done the work.
Yeah.
And I'm continually doing the work. You know, this microphone you're sitting in front of, I said, I've got that microphone at home, right? I've been doing voiceovers, right? And over the year, I've gotten like random voiceovers.
I just remembered what you told me about the voiceover.
Okay, it's fine. We'll talk about that just now. But I've done random voiceovers over the year.
Drops mic.
You know what? I bought that microphone for a podcast I used to have like ages ago.
Yeah.
You know, and I stopped it after 25 episodes. But I still have that mic. And I use that mic all the time. I'm always doing random things with them. No one will ever hear it.
Yeah.
But I'm always working on my microphone technique. I'm always working on the mic. I'm always working on the settings and the placement and what's a good position for the sound. And okay, this mic pops a lot, even with the pop filter. So what position can I put it in where all the I'm doing all that work.
Yeah.
Right now. So should I say it or should you say it?
You can say.
I'll say it. So right now I got like I think it's like probably my coolest job.
It's amazing.
And it's weird that it's come from voiceover because, you know, like I said, I wanted to do acting, but I'm open to anything.
Yeah.
Right. I'm not going to lock myself in. And now it's like voiceover has given me this big opportunity. So right now I'm the narrator for My Kitchen Rules South Africa. On Mnet. Sunday nights at 6 p.m.
Yeah.
So now, you know what's crazy is sometimes they need me to do like options for different lines. And it's like, can you do that from home, Musa? And it's like,
Mike.
Can I? Can I?
Yeah.
Yeah. So watch me.
That's our friend.
Right?
Just stepped out.
Like, watch me, right? Because I've done the work. I've done the work. And now it's like you'll watch an episode and you'll hear, and it's like that line came from my microphone
at home.
And you won't know the difference. Obviously, they're gonna EQ it and everything. But I'm so confident in what I do. There's a whole ad campaign that they have to do extra to My Kitchen Rules. There's a competition that they have to run. I recorded that whole thing at home. Right. That didn't go into one studio for it. And I had to like record it. I had to send through the files. I had to, do all that fun stuff. And it's just like, you know what? I'm doing this. You give me the chance. Why would I fail?
Musa, you're giving me so much life because I haven't performed in like 6 years. Because I feel like I'm still in preparation mode. I still feel like I'm preparing myself for what is coming. And one day I got an opportunity to audition for Mandla N live on Instagram. And I wasn't prepared. And you're like, I told myself. The opportunity didn't tell me that I'm prepared. Or the opportunity didn't tell me that I can do it. I told myself. The power that those words hold, I validated myself and said, this is my time. How do you tell a person like myself who has been preparing, that reading, doing acting lessons, doing whatever, voice lessons and whatever, how do you say, I am doing it?
You know what? I think we can get caught up in the rat race of the inner activities, which is fine. I think it's good that you're doing the work. It's important to do the work because it is preparing you. But at some point, and no one can tell you this except you, but at some point, you're going to have to start believing that this is for you. Not that you're working towards making it for you. If I read this book, then I'll be better. If I do this course, then I'll be better. It's like, no, I've got what it takes. This course is going to help me get it out more.
Yeah.
I've got what it takes. This book is just going to make me more clear. I've got what it takes. This course is just going to give me more structure, right? This is just going to improve what's already there. And if you don't think it's there, you're going to find yourself in this loop of, I need to read more. I need to. It's because you don't think it's there.
So
you're trying to find it.
I'm reading more. That's exactly
like,
what
I'm trying to find it. It's like you've missed the point. You needed to find it in you and then engage that stuff. Because then that stuff becomes active, a lot more. Right? Yeah.
Our industry is all about being active.
You have to.
And not sitting out and trying to, I don't know, see the bigger picture.
I read a lot. I I analyze myself a lot. When I watch something, I watch it with, I'm like, okay, because of what I've been doing in behind the scenes on my own, the books that are in my room, guys, you wouldn't even believe, because I still feel like I'm not prepared yet.
Why?
I'm not.
Why? After all those
Guys,
books,
we are
why
not
aren't you?
having.
No. But why aren't you? Like,
Yeah,
but
why?
there's no excuse. Why aren't you?
Because guys, why are we doing this here?
No, because
You
you've
brought it
opened
up.
it up. You know what? You talk about you have to go. You know, Panto.
Yeah.
Even just auditioning for Panto, like the first thing my agent said to me was like, "We're worried about the dance element."
Yes.
And I'm like, even me, I'm worried about the dance element because I don't know myself to be a dancer.
Yes.
Right? I've done shows with dance in it, but like basic-ish. And when you're a lead, you really don't have to do that much.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So now I'm going for this audition, and you know, the whole time I was like, Musa, what are you even doing? Why? But something in me was like, still go and give it your best, because what if you actually can do it?
Because even that fear like can drive you. It can. Hey, it's such a good driving force to have that, because once you don't have that fear, I'm not saying always have it and let it cripple you all the time, but you know, once you've just been that person that's like, you're getting to a very dangerous place.
No, I'd say, Palesa, you're holding yourself back. I think I know you personally, so I can say that with confidence. I feel like sometimes you don't allow yourself to just be and just, hey, you know what? These are the things that are happening for me. This is great. This hasn't happened for me. Okay, great. Where are the doors open for me? Okay, I'm walking through that door. I'm in there. Let me enjoy this. Let me thrive in this. Yeah. Just before this conversation started, guys, we're getting personal.
Musa's exposing.
You know, we're getting personal.
I'm sitting here like, what did I do?
You know, it's like, you did it all, gal. You did it all.
You brought it
Look, you just talked about something that was going well for you and something that was really giving you a lot of confidence. And it's like, why isn't that the main thing on your mind? You've still got this thing that, may or may not be working for you, but here you've got this great like thing that's going on, and yet it's being overshadowed. And it's like, the blessing is here then. If that's not happening, that's not happening. Do what you can do to make sure you're still getting ready for that stuff, but you've got an answer. Yeah. You've got something going on for you. And I think it's actually a beautiful thing to see you thrive and flourish in an area that you may not have expected. Right? But I think a part of you doesn't want to accept it yet because it wasn't what you expected.
Yeah.
Right? It's not what you expected,
like,
you know.
I'll be personal as well now. Like, it's been quite a week for me. Mm-hmm. And I feel like anytime these specific people, the beloved people, try to strip my person from me and treat me in a way because I'm different from them. Yeah. They always try to strip something from me, but guys, I've got Panto coming up. You're always trying to strip something from me when there's something coming up for me. Yeah. But when there's nothing coming up for me, that never happens.
It's a crap mentality.
It's no, I actually see it as a blessing. I actually see it as how you're saying to Palesa, Oguti, never mind that. Yeah. But there's something here. So for me right now, it breaks me. It breaks my heart. But at the same time, it's like God is showing me signs to say, you're not defeated. You're not defeated. You can still be you, even though these people try to rip from you or try to control you. And when you stand up for yourself, they want to cut you at your knees. Never mind your damn ankles, but your knees. Yeah. You know, so I hear what you're saying to Palesa.
Guys, it's been an hour. It doesn't even feel
it doesn't even feel like you're wow.
Yo guys. Can I just give one final thing? Just one final thing. Don't let the failures or difficulties in life blind you to yourself and to what's going on around you, because there's always more going on than just your failures and your difficulties. Always. There's always more going on. It's never just that.
Exactly.
It's never just that. Much. So, but it's easy to forget because the failures are painful, the difficulties are painful.
And they're bigger.
They really are.
So
they
much
can
bigger
be.
than all the good. All the goods coming like with little bubbles, you know, like Aero, the chocolate.
We're just biased like
you
that.
know, but then the bad things come like a freaking tsunami,
Mm.
and seem to engulf everything you've ever worked for and make you feel like you're not good enough and make you
Yeah.
feel like,
Yeah.
But anyway, Musa, hashtag own your season. To you, what does that mean?
Hashtag own your season. It means on the spot, guys. On the spot. Where's my water?
Yes, there we go.
Own your season. I think, first of all, recognize that it's your season.
Yeah.
And don't be afraid of anything that happens in it, good or bad. Take advantage of everything that comes your way. Learn the lessons that you can learn, and stand up for yourself. Stand up for
Always.
yourself. Don't, and that's even to your own troubles.
I just need to stand up for myself and not be a stingray.
Stand up for yourself with wisdom.
But just in general, when you hit a brick wall, stand up for yourself.
Yeah.
Don't just fall. Stand up for yourself.
Mm.
When you trip, stand up for yourself. Because guess what? There's only you.
Yeah.
No one else is gonna help you. Like, this is your life. And we can wait for people to do, and it's great when we get it, and it'll be awesome to get it.
Mm.
But own your season means you take responsibility.
Yeah.
You take that into your own hands and say, I'm going to validate myself first. I'm not gonna, when you come and validate me, it's gonna just add on top of what's already there.
You'll find me there.
It'll be like, oh, you look so pretty. And inside you're like, thanks.
No, you're like,
hello.
no.
Like, do you know how much work I put in this money?
Duh.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Oh, thank you so much. I'm so humbled.
Yeah.
Meantime,
you're
you're like,
in the meantime,
have you seen me?
Hibiri.
This is only Monday, guys. Wait for Wednesday. Oh, you know what I mean? But it starts with you. So you own it. Take responsibility for your growth, for your own learning, and just bouncing back. Stand up for yourself.
Stand up.
Trust your comeback game.
Comeback game. So that's Musa's hashtag own your season.
There we go.
Musa, we went over.
Guys, this is your fault.
CEO is going to fire us.
I'm not in charge. I'm not in charge.
But words of wisdom.
Yeah, no, but that's why. That's why we go. When the words of wisdom come, we need all of them.
Fly.
There's just not enough time.
No, it's all good. We'll just have another one.
Yeah, we'll have another one.
Definitely.
Thank you for coming, Musa, and thank you for joining us.
I really enjoyed it. It was great to see you, ladies.
Yes, it was great to see
Great to
you too.
see you.
Oh, look at that. My screen is doing the things. There's furniture showing. Yabana Musa, what you are doing?
It's okay. I have that effect.
You are doing the things. Bali, any last words for the peeps for the week?
Gratitude in all that we do. I just learned that now.
Yeah.
Got me looking at my life and where I've been. I've worked with stars. I've learned great work ethics from people like Tula Cindy, Palesa Mukubung, and I've never really seen the great part about that because I want to be an actor.
Yeah.
I want to win an Oscar, but I'm not seeing what's
but just
happening
don't
on the
wanna.
journey.
You must just do it, friend.
Of course.
You are there already. Like Musa said.
Gira. So gratitude in all that I do. That's the greatest lesson that I've picked up from what you're saying. And trusting my comeback game. That's all.
Yeah.
You know me, I go down.
You go down. Musa? I know I've asked you for hashtag on your season, and that's it's felt
I
like
know.
the end.
This is like another ending. Yo.
Yeah, this is another ending.
It's like it's
must
like
just do
a
the thing.
church sermon, you know. It's like there's like 17 endings. Like finally.
And
Like,
then we are at the end.
Finally, my last point. Look, I really appreciate just being on the platform. My whole thing is, if I'm ever gonna open my mouth, I hope it's to inspire and to encourage and to teach someone. I don't ever want your time listening to me to be a waste of time.
Yeah.
So hopefully I've not been a waste of time.
Oh, no.
But you know what? You need to value what you have to offer more than anyone else does.
Yes.
It's a hard thing. Other people tend to value us more than we do, which is kind of natural. So at least start with valuing yourself at least more than you do now. Just more. Yeah. You don't have to be your own biggest fan. Just be more of the fan that you can be right now.
That's why you're my superhero.
Just start there.
Just start there. And from me, I'm just gonna say, have a great week and love yourself and keep on keeping on. Because life, guys, life is just a melody.
Life is just a bowl of
It's a
cherries.
Just that song
melody.
in your head. It doesn't have to be a Beyonce song or an
It
Usher
really
song.
doesn't.
It just has to be your own little humming, like we just did now in the studio.
Right.
So, Vale?
Balisa Robin,
And-
life is a bowl of cherries. Don't
Yeah.
take it seriously. Bye. Love you. Thank you for listening and
from,
watching.
And from me, Noni Spear of the Nation, signing out for the week. Have a great one, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Yella.